Hey y'all, today we're taking a 3-night Disney Dream Cruise, sailing from Fort Lauderdale to Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point and Nassau. And I'm bringing you along for the entire experience, from embarkation tips and room tours to rotational dining, pirate night, and hidden Disney cruise tricks that can save your vacation. We flew into Fort Lauderdale pretty late, so after grabbing a lift from the airport, we headed straight to Hilton Fort Lauderdale Marina. One thing I really appreciated was being able to check in directly through that Hilton app. By the time we arrived, everyone was so exhausted, so skipping the front desk felt like a tiny vacation miracle. We went straight to our room. I did a quick room scan and we immediately crashed. The room had 2 queen beds, a comfortable setup for our family, and a balcony overlooking the hotel grounds. Disney Cruise Line had already provided our luggage tags, and the hotel left instructions about letting us know to place our bags by our door by 9 a.m. for the transfer directly to the ship. That was super easy. I also noticed the hotel offered a shuttle to the beach during the day, which would be a nice perk if you arrive earlier than we did. The next morning, we kept things simple and we DoorDashed some breakfast, but there's also a breakfast spot upstairs on the property. Before heading to the port, we walked around the marina and saw some absolutely beautiful yachts. And finally, we spotted the Disney Dream. That moment never gets old. One huge advantage of staying here is how close it is to Port Everglades. It was only about a 5-minute drive to the port. Around 10 a.m., we headed to the lobby and received our Dumbo boarding group card for the Disney Cruise Line shuttle. This became like our Fast Pass. This was the main reason why I chose this hotel. It is one of the few hotels in Port Everglades with Disney Cruise Line transportation to the port. When we arrived at the port, cast members directed us to stay to the left, and we completely skipped the really long check-in line. While waiting for boarding to open, I connected to the Wi-Fi and opened the Disneyline Navigator app. This is a great tip. Sometimes reservations that were previously sold out suddenly become available once you get to the port. I checked for the Royal Gathering Princess meet and greet, and there was availability. We ended up canceling later because the girls wanted to sleep in, but if you missed booking it earlier, definitely check again at the port. We got Mickey. Originally, we were boarding group 6, but after arriving with Disney transportation, we were moved up to boarding group 3. Honestly, after this experience, I probably won't stay up late stressing over online check-in anymore if I'm using Disney transportation, because check-in officially started moving around 11:15 a.m. and before boarding, we explored the terminal, took photos, and checked out the press coin machines. So we were officially boarded around 11:40 a.m. And one of our favorite Disney Cruise Line traditions, they announce your family's name as you board the ship, so it instantly makes your experience feel special.
Dizzy drink is open with British family.
On our way to lunch, we passed the pool deck with the funnel vision playing on the giant screen and the adorable Nemo themed splash area for kids. This is such an adorable spot and looks so fun for those little toddlers to run around and splash around in. And this is a great area because kids that wear swim diapers aren't allowed in the pool, so they give them some great areas to play in water. So once on board, you can either head to the buffet on the Disney Fantasy, which is called Cabanas, or check the Navigator app to see which sit-down restaurant is serving embarkation lunch. Well, we chose Cabanas, and we're some of the very first guests there, and the food is fantastic. Another tip here is the front can always get a little busy. So keep going towards the back because they have the same offerings towards the back in another line, and there's usually some quieter spots to eat at. All of these items are included in the buffet, and there is a small coffee bar area in the back that is an additional charge. I knew they would have shrimp on the buffet, but I did not know they would have lamb chop. That was so delicious. We enjoyed our lunch. After lunch, we enjoyed a quick ride on the aqueduct. Then we went and toured the spa, and this was actually one of my favorite surprises. I never fully explored everything they offer before. There's a fitness center, men's barber area, heated loungers, even hot tubs. And the rainforest room spa area was wonderful. It was really fun getting to see all of it and see everything that they offer on board. Our stateroom was ready around 1:30, and so we headed there to get freshened up. We had an inside stateroom with the magical porthole, and we were celebrating Serenity's senior year. So I surprised the girls with some Cloudum. And after this sailing, we'll officially be Gold Castaway Club members. Cloudum is like a sparkly apple juice, and my girls love it.
You gonna pop the thing?
Hop top again.
She's struggling.
I jumped.
I'll tell you. Okay, when?
Before yours? First run movies were showing in the Buena Vista movie theater.
She gonna top hers all the way off. How did I know?
Now, Lena, my motto is if you see it, eat it. Okay? So, yes, food is not.
I'll do a full room tour soon, but next up was the muster drill. Thankfully, our muster station was outside in the shade, but this is something some of my clients actually ask me about when choosing rooms. Depending on your stateroom location, some muster stations are indoors and some are outdoors, which can make a difference in the heat. So it's just a very small part of the cruise overall, but good to know. After the drill, we checked out the teen club area for Shari. She's 15, so she'll be using the Vibe during the cruise. The teens area actually have their own outdoor deck space with a small pool area, which was really neat. So Shari was in the vibe, which is ages 14 to 17. Serenity was already 18, so she wasn't going to be able to do any of the kids' clubs on this sailing, but she was okay with that. And then there is the Edge, which would be ages 11 to 14. So that would have been some of my other kids, but they weren't with us on this cruise. And then the Oceaneers Club is for 3 to 10. So just FYI there. But they have some fantastic offerings in the kids club areas. And the older kids like this can check themselves in and out. So you just stop by the first day on embarkation day to set them up, make sure they're signed up for it. And it was so easy. Next up was the sail away party. So we went on the deck, got a good little spot, and watched the sail away party.
All right, everyone, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Pipe it down and get board. Now down with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we had late dining at 8:15 and our first Broadway style show at 6. So we had time to freshen up and order some room service. And yes, room service is included on your Disney cruise. The first night's show was the Golden Mickeys in the Walt Disney Theater, and it's basically Disney version of an awards show celebrating classic Disney stories and characters. The production quality is incredible, and it was such a cute show. After the show, we popped into a game that was happening in the D Lounge.
Coming over here. Now, what's the best thing about your parents?
Takes on a lot of Disney trips.
Takes a lot of Disney trips! Yeah, what have you got?
He fixes my car.
Brother, on celebration.
After that, we took a peaceful walk along the promenade deck while the sun was setting, and we also explored the district, which becomes adults only after 9 and has several themed lounges and bars. The girls even found a hidden outdoor area while exploring, and it ended up being one of our favorite quiet spots on the ship. One of the most unique things about Disney Cruise Line is their rotational dining. So instead of staying in one restaurant the entire cruise, you rotate through different themed restaurants each night, and our serving team rotates with us. Well, our first dinner was at Royal Palace, and we all dressed in Disney-bounding princess outfits. Shari was Tiana, Serenity was Cinderella, and I was Belle. And I got a magical coffee, and they put Belle on my coffee. So as we're heading to dinner, we see lots of activity in the main atrium here. And this is where you can meet different characters, and they'll have surprise visits. So always make a spot here. Usually there's also some kind of entertainment, singing, or musicians. So we had Royal Palace the first night, and yes, you can absolutely order multiple appetizers, entrees, or desserts if you want to try more things. So that's another bonus for Disney because they don't charge you for any of that. It's all included. Your regular Coke and soda and juice is all included, but specialty drinks like this are an upcharge. But all of those delicious desserts, as many as you want, all the entrees, all of that is included. If you followed me for a while, you know I love a good creme brulee. The one in the France Pavilion at Epcot is the best, so this one was good, but not as good as that one. Our stateroom host didn't leave us towel animals, he liked to leave us blanket animals. We woke up at Disney's Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, and the water there is beautiful. But first, breakfast, and what is a better breakfast than this? I know what you're going to say, and they're coming. We will see those churro waffles soon.
It's ready and the ship is clear. What does this mean? If you're ready to go ashore, you're welcome to do so at this time. A couple of reminders. 2 gateways in place today. Deck 1 forward and deck...
So we headed out, and I set a timer so I could see how long this pier walk was, because I've heard other people talk about it. The pier walk was about 12 minutes, although we definitely stopped several times for photos of the ship and ocean views along the way. We reached the island. When we reached the main area, cast members handed out cold towels before directing everyone to the tram area. The tram ride itself is about 6 minutes and includes narration about Disney's island and Disney's conservation efforts there.
Mabrika, my friends. A very pleasant good day to you all. Welcome to Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. My name is Tracy, and I will be your host for our short tram ride to the beach areas of our tropical paradise.
Tracy, we're on the southern tip of the island of Eleuthera, in the Bahamas.
That's right. Do you know why this place is called Lighthouse Point?
Because a lighthouse was built here a lot of years ago.
Once we arrived, we headed toward the right side of the island, past True Barbecues, Sebastian's Cove, and the Play Pavilion, toward the Reef and Wreck Bar. And honestly, it almost felt private over there.
Mom, we gotta get a picture of him.
Yeah.
Or that one. I like the mini one better. What do I do? To the right.
Hi, I'm Lisa with Be Our Guest Vacations, and I want to tell you a little bit about Lookout Key. at Lighthouse Point. It's Disney's private island. Isn't it beautiful behind me? So this is the newest tropical destination for Disney Cruise Line in the Bahamas, and it opened in June of 2024 on the island of Eleuthera. It's very different from Castaway Cay in the best possible way. Instead of feeling heavily Disney themed, Lookout Cay leans into that natural beauty and the culture of the Bahamas itself. Do you want a custom Disney vacation with insider tips and stress-free planning? Then click the link in the bio, because your family deserves more magic and less chaos. We really felt like we had found this secret spot because there was hardly anyone in this area. So me and Andy took a nice little walk down to the rock formations and enjoyed exploring this little area here. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Do you hear it? Those chairs are calling you. Here comes a good wave. Okay, I can't wait to go back. That is just too beautiful. Next up was lunch at True True Barbecue, and I have to tell you, I was so surprised at how delicious all of this food looks. Like the barbecue there smelled so good, that potato casserole, like everything is amazing. Okay, we just had some wonderful Memphis barbecue. And if you know, Memphis, they know what they're doing. So we ate at Rendezvous before we came on this cruise. Well, here at Lookout Cay, they have barbecue ribs. So let's try it. That's pretty good. Very tender. That sauce they put on it and the spices. Guys, this is really good.
Jamaican sweet.
You need an excuse to go on a Disney cruise to try barbecue? Here it is. So we kind of walked past the Play Pavilion and saw them playing some games. That's so fun, especially if you have little ones, with some of the characters. There were characters everywhere. So this is a fun island that has lots of characters and areas to be able to meet them. So go. It's just amazing. They're also known for their Junkanoo celebration, which is a Bohemian tradition. So we stopped by there before heading to the ship. Yes, it's about a 12-minute walk back to the ship. But when we got there, they were handing out nice flavored waters as we were getting back on the ship and cold towels. Also, there were little shuttles if you couldn't walk. So now on to our room tour. Like I said, we had an inside stateroom with a magical porthole, which we saw little characters every now and then float through. Not as many as I thought, but every now and then we caught a glimpse. And our room was a little bit longer, elongated, and I'll show you a spot in a minute that I think a playpen could even fit there. So that folds into a bed, and then the bed comes out the top. We had plenty of storage though. This had lots of room. Underneath the bed you could put suitcases. This is the spot I was talking about. Maybe a playpen could fit, but we used it for shoes. And And then the split bathroom that Disney's known for is always amazing, especially when you have girls that need to get ready too. So we had plenty of room for that. I love that they have the provided soap and then like shampoo and conditioner. That's different than other cruise lines where it's like all combined in one. And this is a picture of the bed pulled down, and you can absolutely walk around comfortably around the room. I also want to point out that they turn that back into a seating area the next day for you, so it doesn't stay as a bed all the time. All right, that evening we ate at Animator's Palette, and it was Pirate Night. I actually requested this dining rotation ahead of time because the girls wanted to dress up for the other restaurants instead. And our show this night was Beauty and the Beast, and I absolutely cried. It's still my favorite Disney Cruise Line show. Animator's Palette is a really cute restaurant. On longer sailings, they have where you can draw a little character, and then they do take your character and turn it magically into something. It's really cute. But on shorter sailings, just kind of the room interacts with guests a little bit. Crush came out and talked to people a little bit. So it's really a fun experience. And they always have delicious food. So pirate parties on deck are always fun, and then after all the dining and things like that in the evening, they'll do another pirate party and they'll do fireworks at sea.
Scatter or ye be walking the plank. Ha ha!
I always like to say that the best memories are the ones we share together, because these are the things our kids are going to remember. We also went by Vanilla Bees to grab a sweet treat. They have, all of these are an extra charge, but they have like cupcakes and truffles and different unique items, and of course ice cream. So this was always a fun little spot if you wanted to just get something a little different and a little special. Yes, the churro waffles are worth the hype. It was Nassau Day, and we decided to stay on board and enjoy more of the ship since this was only a 3-night cruise. And I've been to Nassau a few times. Andy and I spent some time in the adults only area, and surprisingly, we had the hot tub to ourselves. So this is a great tip to know that there are fewer crowds on Nassau Day. Also, something I want to share with Disney Cruise Line, towels are free and they are everywhere. I've been on other cruise lines where you had to check in and check out towels and they were hard to find. So that's a big bonus for Disney Cruise Line. Quick shout out to my daughter Aaliyah for doing my nails. She really nailed it with the Disney Cruise Line logo there. We also hopped into Cove Cafe real quick, and I love all the Walt pictures on the wall and some of that wonderful Disney history there. Inside Cove Cafe, these coffees are an additional charge, but in the little snack case there, all of that's included. So if you just want a little sweet treat, a muffin, those are included. You can even watch movies on the ship, even first run movies like Hoppers was playing and it had just come out. We decided to do the midship detective game, and that is so fun to solve this little mystery with the Muppets. So we enjoyed going around the ship playing the little interactive games. And there's different types of mysteries to solve, so you could do more than one.
Milky Mouse is out to lunch, okay?
Okay.
I don't mean this disrespectfully.
Okay.
But he put me in charge, okay?
One of my favorite onboard activities is learn to draw classes. And so we spent some time learning to draw Donald Duck. There are also several mixology or liqueur classes that you can take on board, and they're always so fun. They're also very educational. Like, they tell you some information about different things that you probably didn't know about. For instance, I did the wine tasting one time, and I didn't know there was so much to know about grapes. We did the rum tasting one time and didn't know there was so much history with rum. So anyways, each bartender gets to pick their menu and how they do their class. So even if you've done, for instance, a mixology class before, it could be different the next sailing, or it could be different on a different ship. And so I always, if you like those kinds of things, I always say try one because they're always so fun. Okay, so we were getting ready for our final dinner, and our final show was Disney Believe, and it is about believing in wishes and reconnecting with your dreams through Disney's stories and characters. And it's honestly the perfect ending to a Disney cruise. So we enjoyed our dinner at Enchanted Garden, which also had a beautiful theme, like you were in an enchanted garden. So kind of a whisper to Alice in Wonderland too. Some of the artwork and the paintings, which one of my daughters really loves. The lighting in here kind of shifts over time too. It's really a neat restaurant. And the food, again, was magnificent. We enjoyed our dinner. I really loved my steak. And one other little tip, you can always get a Mickey bar. So I really wanted that with my dinner, and they didn't disappoint. So this may have only been a quick weekend sailing, but we made so many memories together. And at the end of the day, those are always the best souvenirs to bring home. So what's your ETA to your next adventure?